Pilates class today. And first things first, we need to make our towel up. So you go to the bathroom and you can just take a standard towel. You take it widthways, pretty fabulous, eh? You just lay it out on the floor, fold once, so you've got a nice width. I think that'd be length or width, I've forgotten. You go again, and then again. So that was about 4 folds there. So you've got a nice long towel, pretty condensed. And then you're going to take your towel at both ends, about 15 centimeters, and you're going to twist in opposite directions. 1 and 2. Not too much so the towel will like bend in a warped way. It should just have tension. Anyway, let's start to organize ourselves. Now that the towel is ready to go, we're just going to place it on the floor for a second because we're going to find our deep abdominal muscles. So, obviously in Fletcher Pilates we use our quadrants. Obviously not, maybe you've never done it before. You've got quadrants 1, right at the top. Quadrant 2, this is just beneath. So these are really to do with controlling the rib cage. Quadrant 3, this is connecting to the pelvis and the whole lower abdominal region. And quadrant 4, this is all about the rectus abdominals, okay? But we're going to focus on the transverse abdominals. To get the transverse in activation, what I tend to do is I like to just do this kind of like ghostly breathing, kind of an sound. Very similar to that of yoga, but not in the throat. We want to think on the inhale to press the diaphragm down into the pelvis. And then on the exhale, we're going to connect the diaphragm with the pelvic floor. That's going to help us with our teasers later. We've got 1 or 2. Let's just put the hands on the external obliques. Now the external obliques, you've got to think about the direction of travel. So the external obliques reach towards the pelvis, and the internal obliques reach up towards the breast area. So we're thinking about that triangle of the internal and external obliques. They're really big muscles. Breathe in, fill your lungs with 1 breath, exhale on 4. And feel that wrapping of the abdominals. Give 2 seconds of apnea with no breathing. This will really help get those abdominals working. That's it, 2 more. Wrap those abdominal muscles. Tense quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale. Breathe into the low back. Exhale. Let's just do 1 more to really find the sternum dropping down into the pelvis. Drop the air down. That's it. Now let's release the arms. We're going to take a breath up and down and up. Really organize your shoulders. 2 more. And up and down. We're going to take a little upper contraction, quadrants 1 and 2 working here. Rolling down. Take your towel and rolling up. Good. Here we are. We're just going to seat our humerus bone. Seating means to organize. It's a fancy Pilates word. Not really, but kind of. Here is our humerus bone. It's our bicep bone. Make sure that you've got that torsion in your towel. If you have a Fletcher towel, please use them. Highly possible. And we're not going to break in the wrists. We're going to be here. We're going to find our scapulas pulling together just a tiny bit. And we're going to pull the towel apart with a stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the scapulas moving. We really want to feel those muscles activating in the top back. Exhale. That's right. 2 more. And last one. Pull. Pull a bit harder. Find that isometric hold. Feel the humerus rotating and organizing in the shoulder. And release the towel. We're going to change the grip now. Now, if you're not quite used to using the towel, we're going to do a little measuring. We're going to put the towel equally over 1 hand. And then we're going to take the loop. Don't worry if you've lost your torsion, we can put it back later. We're going to put the loop inside of the shoulder. And then we're going to measure the hand distance to shoulder distance, okay? And then we're going to release the circle. Check which circle you've got released. You don't want the loose ends separating. And then you're going to separate your towel like so. So it's a perfect distance for you, more or less. You've got 15 centimeters or more on either side. Maybe, probably good. This towel is really long, so maybe a bit more. Anyway, from here we're just going to lift the towel up to a sternum height. Put 2 gin and tonics on your wrists. You don't want them to fall in this place. And being careful that your spine is nice and straight with the head and neck placement really good. You don't want to be forward, certainly don't want to be back. And we're going to pull and release. Only that, 4 times. Feel the magnets of the legs pulling together. Imagine you've got a magnet in between your ankles, knees, and inside thighs. Last one. And as you lift up, don't let the ribcage pop out. You're going to keep the organization of the chest as you stretch the shoulders. And we're going to repeat our pulls here. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Feel the integration of the hemispheres, which means the upper body and the lower body connecting at the pelvis. Now release it down. Roll the shoulders. So that's our first part. Good. I hope you're feeling a bit warmer. 2 more. Really go for it. And in reverse. In these shoulder rolls, try not to hunch forward. Feel the shoulders moving around the neck. Lovely. We're going to just pull those shoulders out, feeling nice and powerful here. Lift the towel up just to sternum height. Again, check that spine is dead straight, pressing down through the heels or the heel foot centers and lengthening up through the top of the head. Thinking about our foot centers, 1 beneath the big toe joint, 1 beneath the little toe joint, and 1 underneath the heels. That's our foot centers. I'll say that again many times, don't you worry. As we pull to W, so the W shape is coming from the arms. The scapulars are in full retraction. And then you open them, stretch the back. And then we pull to the W and stretch. Pull that towel. That towel is dead strong. And pull. I feel I should say live strong, really. Dead strong doesn't really make any sense. We're going to pull. And we're going to stretch. Very good. Lift up forward. Up, up, up. Shoulders organized. If you've got a friend with you practicing, check each other's shoulders. Pause and go back if you need to. Pull to the sternum height in front of the head. And lift up. As we pull. And lift up. Keep that towel nice and strong. And lift up. We're going behind the line of the head now. In. Again, keep the organization of the body and shoulders. In, stretch, open the chest. 1 more. Inhale, exhale to reach back. And pulse. Now, if you've got to be confused by that breathing, it was a double inhale and a double exhale. Go back if you need to. As we reach the towel forward, woo, you should feel the shoulders now. Just give me 1 shoulder. And to the other. Very Michael Jackson. In. Exhale. That's it. Keep going. In. Exhale. In. And we're going to zigzag. That's it. Move the shoulders. Nice and sassy. There we go. We're going to lift and we're going to go behind the line of the head now. So it's a little bit tougher. We're going to stretch all the way up. Reach to the back and pull behind the line of the head. And stretch. Lengthen those wrists. And stretch that chest. And pull. And stretch. Let's go 1 more, shall we? And pull. And stretch up and forward. Lovely. We're going to roll the right. Well, this is your left or right. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to keep the shoulders moving. In reverse. Inhale. Good. And we're going to go in reverse with it a little bit faster. Maybe try that pulse breath. Other way. And we're going to put the towel behind us. If you're a more advanced student, you can lift the towel up and bend and slide back. If that's a bit too much, you're going to take your towel and you're going to swing it to the back. There is one thing that I want you to really be careful of. The position of the hands is quite vital here. So at the moment, my palms are facing the back, like so. And all we're going to do is we're going to rotate that towel up through the inside, and then we're going to push it out, and then we're going to stretch, and you're going to have a spiral. Just go back on the video if you get confused with that, but it's simply this to this. If you've got a friend with you, just have a little look at that. And we're going to repeat all the first exercises in the posterior range of motion. Okay, here we go. Press those shoulders down, activate your scapulars, and spiral your little finger out. Good, it's a nice stretch on the bicep. In. 2 more, and in. 1 more, and in. And lift the towel up to the top of the hip bone, your PSIS, which is your posterior PS, so we're going to try to remember what that is. Posterior sacroiliac crest. That's a useless piece of information. It's the bony landmark of the top of the back of the hip. But there we are, some noise to fill this time. Inhale, let's fill that noise with breath. And we're going to stay at the PSIS. Pulses facing up. We're really stretching our chest out here. And we're feeling our foot centers. And stretch up a little bit higher. Feel that little pinky spiraling upwards and down. Very good. We're going to go up to the top of the shoulder joint. We're going to go up to the top, and down. Up to the base of the scap and down. So we're thinking about that base of the scapula, the triangle bone in your back. Last time. And stay with pulsing up. Press the pinky finger out. And stretch your legs. And don't forget your magnets. And breathe. And stretch a little higher. And down. Advanced students, you can go through the back. And up and forward. If you can't do that, don't worry, just go the normal way. But we're going to go to a little bit of rotation work as we put the feet into a first position, rotate into an open parallel, rotate into a second, and parallel. 1 more, finding our second. We're going to take a big plie like a sumo, and stretch. Really feeling those shoulders nice and organized. 2 more. Nice long wrists. And stretch. Very good. We're going to take a breath. We're going to take an isometric hold. We're going to go. Double inhale, double exhale. Time to practice your pulse breathing. Hold. And tense your quads. Feel your hamstrings. Press the heels down. Heels down. Heels down. Heels down, and feel the adductors squeeze up and down. And squeeze those muscles, and squeeze and stretch. Abdominals strong, and bend, and pulse. And pulse. And pulse. And feel the heels in the floor, and squeeze and stretch. Gin and tonic moment. Keep the spine nice and straight. Be careful you haven't sunk backwards into the spine. As we rotate to the right, inhale. Stretch the back. Don't let the arms go. I hate that. Please don't do that. And center, because you're just rotating the shoulders. This I'm not buying. What I'm buying is rotation of the spine. You should buy that too. It's really worthwhile. Especially for the health of the spine. And center. And stretch a little further. You can reach with that right knuckle out. And center and reach. Sorry, that was your left knuckle. This is your right knuckle down. And center. lift up, organize your shoulder, don't let them be here. If you need to, just lift it all the way up and put it down just to be sure. Pulling on that towel, rotate up and spiral out. Shoulders soft. Other side. Pulling up out of the hips. 2 more. Your hips should be so stable right now. 1 more just for luck. And then we're going to go all the way to the other side. And then we're going to go. And then to the side. Your towel should be nice and level. Your gin tonics are on your knuckles right now. And we're going to pulse. Spiral up. Spiral up. And up and up and up and up, up more. And flex to this side. And flex to up and over. And up and over. That's it. And up, pressing to the foot centers. Over. And we lift up. We're going to stretch back, nice and open chest now. Up and forward. Good. Lift the toes up. And rotate in. Lift the heels up. Pull up through the midline. And heels. And whoops. And up with the heels. And toes together. Plie. Roll your shoulders. And just high release. This is a bending of the spine. Sternum to ceiling. Not neck to ceiling. And find center. 1 more. Abdominals strong. And up. Really keeping your bolts. Imagine there's bolts in the pelvis. Front bolts and side bolts. They're really stable. Pull that front bolt up now. Don't let it sink back. Pelvis in. And back to center. 1 more. And deepen. Up, up, up. And center. Good. Now we're going to go to the mat. So if you don't have a mat, you just take your towel and you just put it on the floor. If you need another towel, that's absolutely fine. The goal is to work out, not to feel any discomfort. Don't just plonk down. We're going to mount the floor. We're going to take a sumo stance, or let's say native Indian. And we're going to put the right foot forward, or your left foot, depending. It doesn't really make a difference. We're going to keep our front bolts nice and even. And we're going to bend down and take the knee. We're going to place one hand, other hand, foot back. And we're going to be in this position called all fours. Or we call it prone in Pilates. Also in Spain, we call it cuadrupedias, which is quite interesting. And we press back, keeping the spine straight, stretching the flexors of the hip, and come back to neutral. Press the shoulders down for me. Don't hide your neck. Imagine you've got a beautiful pearl necklace, or just a fantastic, necklace of some description. You choose. Pearls might be a little bit old for some people. We'll keep flexing our hips here. And we're really pressing the perineum out. What I don't want is this. If you're with a friend, just take a look at each other there. Have a check of each other's pelvis. It's all good fun here. Now, in this position, we need to be pressing back into the hip flexor. We don't want our heel foot centers to go inwards. We want our heels to face the ceiling. We need this nice stretch going on here. Don't let your ASIS, PSIS, ASIS. Don't let that rest on the femur bone. Keep space between your femur and the ASIS, the anterior superior iliac crest. It's the top of the pelvis. It's just a landmark. And then we press up into the upper thoracic spine, opening the scaps, and then we press down to open and stretch. This is also the same as a high release. And contract, again thinking about our feet, and press down. Lots of abdominal activation here. And contract. And release. Good. Find neutral. Shoulders over hands. Repeat. This time use that pelvis. Look to the thighs with your whole upper body. And hips up, neck forward, chin up, go up, lengthen up, more up, way up, and contract all the time. We have a connection to our abdominals. One more. Find your neutral position. Don't be too stretched here. Here you're going to send yourself into a small upper contraction. I want a nice neutral spine here. My abdominals are super tense. And we're going to open with the spiral and through the gap. 2 more. Open that chest, shoulders to ceiling, not only the arm. Keep your sits bones where they are in the space. Don't allow them to sink back or forward. They're really nice and over the knees. And open. Hand on the floor. I'm only going to breathe this set, so you breathe with me, okay? It's just so important you breathe with the sound. Good. And then we're here, we're going to go into what kind of looks like a forearm stand. But what we're going to do is put our forearms on the floor, hands clasped, as I place my crown. We're all regal here. Place the crown in between the hands. Again, don't hide your neck. We're going to press the pelvis down, contract the abdominals. Curl the lumbar spine and reach it up, lowering the lumbar spine down, pelvis rotates. And curl and rotate. And curl and rotate. Lots of pelvic floor activation. And rotate. Find neutral. Bring it up. And we can just stretch back into the rest pose. Breathing out through the mouth. Feeling your abdominals. Okay, here we go. We're going to lift up nice and tall. We're going to place the hips to the right like a mermaid. And we're going to stretch it forward. Salsa samba forward. Nice mobilization of the hips there. And we're going to reach the arms forward. Nice flat back. Pulling up through the belly, and we're rolling down, all the way, lift up and back. Just be aware, everyone, if you have problems with your roll up, I want you to find a way that's good for you. Before I even begin, I'm going to show you the roll up that is good. Now I could go further, but I'm not going to because I want to feel the scoop of the abdominals. Also, don't let that happen. Keep them organized. Rolling down, pointing the feet, find your upper contraction, lifting up and down. Okay, this is one of our most vital exercises in Pilates. So if you can't do that, here's an option for you. Open your legs slightly, bend into a small closed diamond, place the hands on the thighs, press the thighs out as much as you can. Press the hands in as much as you can. Feel the electromagnetic grip. Press, press. Feel the pelvic floor go. And then you're going to press as hard as you can. That minute you have difficulty, press some more. And then you're here. And then you can contract. And then you roll down, okay? That's your variation. Other variations involve grabbing and pulling, but I don't feel that will get you up quite as good as you want to. So just think about this pressing movement. Otherwise, if you've got a TheraBand or use something, just get up and practice engaging your abdominals. So we're going to go into our hundreds now. So we're going to lift the right leg up, nice and organized with the abdominal muscles. Lift the left leg up, close the rib cage, arms high. From the sternum you lift, not just the neck. Keep the neck nice and long. And we lift up. And we go back. Keep going. And contract. Pull, scoop the abdominals. And go back. 2 more. Here we go. Stay. Deepen. Pulse. Pulse transition after this. Transition up to the ceiling. Go. Breathe. Fan those legs. Fan those legs. Feel the breath. In. One more. And go. 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 2, 1. And we're going to hold. And reach back and forward at the same time. Feel opposition as you flex, pressing the heels out. Scoop those abdominals, belly button to spine. Up for contraction, roll up, lengthen, glutes, breath and stretch. Point the feet, rolling them, scoop your abdominals, and up and back. Inhale, scoop, so this is your moment, people doing here. Press, 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 and lengthen. And really finish your movements. Up and down. Good. From here, we're just going to reach the arms up. And we're going to place them to the side. And we're going to reach the arms up. And stretch. Just a moment to stretch and breathe. So I'm really allowing my shoulder blades to slide in and out. And then we're going to put our arms into a V shape, and then we're going to open the legs out. I'm going to show this exercise in this perspective, and then I'm going to change to face the front. What we're going to do, we're going to press down with the left arm. Just be careful, you're checking which is your left and right hands, okay? You're going to press down with the left arm. And you're going to reach back. We're just practicing the upper portion, and then we're going to put it all together. Other side. Lift from the base of the scapula. Really feeling the integration of the hemispheres, the up body and low body. Looking to the feet. Not forgetting the legs if they're floppy now. You're going to need them later. Good. Now we're going to use the arm and leg together. Reach for the leg. And down. And reach for the leg. And down. Point those feet. One more. Good. Now we're rolling up. Use this hand to press into the floor. Press down into the floor, up and forward. Don't be here. Be lifted. We're going to change. And then we're going to lengthen and windmill. Rolling down, lengthen those feet out. I don't want any moment of disconnection from the abdominals. We're going to go with the left hand now. Check which is your left hand. Here it is. So I'm going in that direction away from you. Change, up and change. Up and windmill. Down we go. Don't disconnect, don't disconnect. This is what you need. Keep going. Now move it. And windmill. And pelvis. Let the pelvis go. Go, go, go with your abdominals. Strong and stronger. Up last time. Lift up through the midline. And change. Breathe, breathe. Very nice. Pull the legs and feet together into a cross shape. Developing the right leg up, flex the feet, and pulse. Now what I don't want is this. A lot of this movement going on. This is all pulled together in our centers, and we're going to just lengthen that heel out. The base heel is in flex. So there was our pulse breath again as we point the feet. We're going to go again. Really thinking about opening the hip joint. I'm just allowing my femur bone to lengthen up and out. And then I can just lubricate the joint. I'm pressing down in my heel foot center. Envelope and stretch. Other side. So this is gripping from here in the center of the belly and the pelvic floor. Feel the coccyx to perineum connection. So the coccyx is the tailbone and the perineum is at the base here. You want to think about pulling those together. Flex both feet and pulse. Press it down that heel. Tense those abdominals. Wrap those ribs. And point. This is only the preparation. Envelope and stretch. Good. Now we're going to go with our single leg circles. We're going to bend and développé. And we're going to go down, out, up. This is the breath. Inhale, exhale, up. So that's only 2 parts to the breath. I don't want any movement from the right hip or left hip. They are fixed with magnets. Reverse. Down, up. Reach, down, up. So it's all about that left hip at the moment, or the opposite hip, and stretch. Other side, pointy feet, in, out, up. Other hip, down. Don't allow this hip to go up. This is all pelvic floor work. As we go out. Just take the right leg up and stretch over. You can allow the shin to go on the floor and press and rotate. Breathe, look to the other side. Feel the twist and come back. And breathe and rotate, shin to floor, stretch, crack if you're lucky. Don't allow this to happen. Keep your neck nice and long and organized. And we're going to go down, and I want you to think in the next movement of our center. You're going to press down into your hands, feel the arms activate, feel the center, and you're just going to peel up to this ball position. We might need to just shimmy forward just a bit, and then we're going to roll like a ball. This exercise is one of the most important exercises. It's all about the scoop of the abdominals and the press of the shins into hands. You can put the hands here as well. This is the normal place, but I think for a lot of beginners, because they have problems with touching the floor and collapsing the feet down, which we don't want. We want lots of space. So pull the skin of the shins up and lift the elbows. Lots of strength here in our quadrants. As we go back in, and we come up X. No touching the floor with the toes. Point those lovely feet. And go. 2 more. Last one. Good, we're going to do a fun one. Be careful of slow sealing. I'm sure you're going to be fine. We're going to roll back and shoot. And up. And a shoot. And up. Super fun. And especially with the sound effects. So it's kind of a jackknife. And up. And up. And coming up. Just take the right leg now. Check which is your right leg. As we stretch it out, I'm just going to shift back a tiny step there. And now we're taking the outside arm to the shin, pulling the skin of the shin up. Taking the inside to the low shin, top ankle. And then we're going to really feel that abdominal connection as we change. Always take the outside arm high, pull the skin of the shin up. 3 more. Outside arm high, pull the shin, leg hug, and stay. Rolling down, lengthen the back of the head, pull the abdominals in, just breathe. 2 more. Wrap those ribs. Feel the connection from the perineum all the way up to the top of the crown of the head. As we lengthen the head, neck and shoulders, we're going to take 4 double leg stretches, pulling the belly button to spine as we go out in, and come back in, keep going. The spine is not moving, it's so easy on the body. We're going to take a breath and hold for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, and come back. Stretch the right leg high, inside arm high, and stretch those legs. No bend. This stinks, so don't buy it. This is good, I'm buying that. No rectus bulge, pull it in. In. Both legs, bend lower. Good. Now I mentioned something just then, the rectus bulge. The rectus bulge is not something to do with anything naughty, get your mind out of the gutter. It's to do with the rectus abdominis. So what we don't want is this pressing out. We don't want too much intra-abdominal pressure. We want that pulling in, up, and through the back of the head. Here we go with us. What's now? Oh, double leg lower lift. As we stretch both legs up, you can, if you're a beginner, keep your head, neck and shoulders on the floor. If you're more advanced and you want to get those upper quadrants going, lift the head, neck and shoulders. Equally, if you want to work your lower abdominals, you can just keep the head, neck and shoulders on the floor and focus on your quadrants 3 and 4. That's also advanced, FYI. Stretch both legs, head, neck and shoulders. Breathe to lower and up. So don't allow this rectus bulge. Keep that leather belt. 2 more. Breathe to come up. Breathe to lower. Stretch the backs of the legs. And come up. Good. Bend both legs. Crissy-crossy. We're going to reach the right elbow to the left knee. Pressing the left elbow down. Check which elbow is which. Stretch the opposite leg out. Just find this position. You should not be on the same side as the stretched leg. You should be crossing, hence the name, crissy-crossy. It's actually called crisscross, but I quite like crissy-crossy. And crissy-crossy. Crisscross, crissy-crossy. Crisscross, crissy-crossy. Crisscross, crissy-crossy. Crisscross and hug. Thank God for that. Breathe and stretch the back of the legs. Breathe and stretch the lumbar spine. 1 more and stretch. Lovely. And rock up. Fantastic. We're going to just move back a little bit and stretch the legs out. We're going to go into spine stretch. Please start from a nice neutral position. If this is really tricky, you might want to put your back against a wall, the sofa, or your friend. Put your friend here if you're in a girlfriend and boyfriend situation, or just mates. Put your friend back to back, and then you can really find that straight spine. We're going to put our palms front. These are lovely and flexed. And go forward. Stretch over the table. Scoop the abdominals, rocking up. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Really wrap this transverse abdominals. One more. Good. And roll up. Here we go with our saw. The saw is a movement like this. Cut. Rotate. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Rotate, stay to the side. Vital. Center. Inhale, spiral up. Spiral hands. Exhale, 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 reach. And center. In. One more. Good. And then we're just going to point the feet, bring them together, and we're going to bring the arms forward. roll down. Good, and then we're going to reach the left arm or right arm high. Let's go with the left arm for right now, just to be all together. Left arm back. Right leg to retire, which is the bent knee position, toe to knee. Put the foot flat on the floor and rotate the body to the side. Stretch both legs. I'm just going to shimmy down just to make sure that I'm in the camera view. And then we're going to keep rotating to find our swan on the floor. Now, just before we go, we're going to do a few pulls to W to organize the scapulars. One thing I don't want to see in swan, bad swan, is shoulders, belly out, relaxed feet. Let's put it all together, and then you can just make sure that the stomach is nice and strong. The legs are together. If you have back pain, open your legs, totally fine. If there's no back pain, legs together, problems with that, cross the feet over. Then you can really find that connection of the midline. Rolling down. Here we go with our just pulls to W, okay? That means stretch the arms out front and you pull the elbows down. You might want to just watch this once or do it 4 times. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving my scapulars together and away. Pulling the legs together. Good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing with a lift of the upper spine only. That means only the thoracic spine or the rib cage spine. Rolling down. Arms out. Lift up. And down. And up. And down. And up. Place the hands on the floor by the rib cage, not the shoulders. Shoulders, scapula together, legs together, electromagnets. Cross the leg if you keep forgetting. Lengthen up. Abdominals, super strong. Don't collapse. Don't stretch the arms. Lengthen the back of the head, contracting your back muscles. Rolling down. Forehead to floor. Lift higher. And down. Last time. Pull those leg magnets together and down. Next week we'll rock that out, so practice. This is next week. So you should practice. As we lengthen, we can stretch out and we rotate. Just place the hip bolts. Remember those bolts that I mentioned before? The things on the side. These hips, they're at the back of the mat, right at the back. The legs are forward in a diagonal. You have this crease shape of a V. The elbow is at the back of the mat. Just be careful of those points. Elbow back, hips to the mat, hips to the back of the mat, elbow to the back of the mat, feet are forward. This is a big no-no. We are not allowed to do that. Pull it up, pull it in. Lots of strength. Arm behind the head, we're just going to lift the leg up a little bit and we're going to pulse it. Good, now we're ready to go. 2 pulses forward, 1 stretch back. That's a double in and a double X. Double in, single X. Here we go. In this position, don't let the back bend, keep it pulled together. Point that foot. Lift up here, Find your center. You're going to stay up. Lift the toes to ceiling in an external rotation. Find parallel. Turn out. Parallel. Turn out. Parallel. Turn out. I'm really pressing down on my elbow. I'm really closing my ribs and toes to ceiling. Retire, toe to knee. Retire means to retire. Passe means to pass. We'll have that argument another day. You'll understand if you're any kind of Pilates teacher or ballet teacher. The breath goes like this. And keep that flex. Press those heels out. Lengthen through the spine. Double exhale. Inhale. Here we go. Breathe in. Double exhale. Parallel. Flex feet. Feet back in one line with the body. Stretch out, crescent moon. Flex feet, please. Flex feet. Sometimes you can do it with point feet. But for today, flex feet. Inhale. Don't let that right, left or right side collapse depending on where you're facing. And one more. Separate the legs and feet into a walking position. We're going to walk pretty fast. Breathe, breathe. Center, lower. We're going to do the same thing, sort of, on our front. The position will be in a rotation external with the legs and feet. Just watch me one time. It's easier than to say it. It's like applause for yourself because you're so fabulous. We rotate out and then we beat the heels together. In, exhale, in, exhale. This is pulled in and up. We get a pulse. Stretch those legs. Find parallel. Center. We're going to go to the other side and making sure that I do this so you can see from the back. The hip bolts are all the way to the back of the mat. Legs and feet forward. Flex the feet. Lift the leg up. Little pulses to begin. Now lengthen and stretch that hip flexor. Press the heel out. In. Find the legs and feet together. Rotate external. Parallel, turn out. Parallel, turn out. Parallel, don't let that hip go back. Keep it stacked. Rotate. Here we go. Passes and retires, whatever you want to call it. Press down into that shoulder. Don't collapse here. Keep lifted. Here we go. Pass, retire, in. In reverse, big inhale, 2 exhales. Find parallel, heels and legs back, stretch down, flex feet please. Lift both legs up and down and up. And on the walk we go. Exhale, find center, lower. Roll onto your front, hands under shoulders, up to quadrupedias or all fours. Point, flex, lower. Good. We're going to do a bit of up stretching. You can separate the legs and hips. In our up stretch, don't rest that thing, the ASIS, the top of the hip on the femur. Keep it nice and long, this whole zone, and this super strong. Focus more on the contraction, less on the stretch. Here we go. Find security in the arms and hands, soften the shoulders, nice strong back. So the heels are out for the moment. Good, let's press the heels down and up. So don't let that ASIS collapse, keep it nice and long. Press into the hands. If you need to lift the fingers to feel that press, do so. 2 more. 1 more. And stretch, lovely. Walk the hands in with a pulse breath. In. Roll up. Here we go for press ups. Roll down. Contract your abdominals, organize your shoulders. Pulse the hands out. Good, we're going to really separate the fingers and shoulders organize. Elbows go outwards. Inhale. One more. Pulse the hands in. Roll up. Arms high. I'm going to repeat that to face the front. Roll down. Rolling out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down. 1. And up, down 2. And up, down 3. Squeeze biceps. Pull together. Triceps. Press biceps. And walk. In. Exhale. Roll up. You can change directions with me if you want. Always make it more fun. Rolling down. Kind of like the Macarena. And hey, Macarena. Here we are. And press. And up. And press. Scaps together. Out. Scapulas together. Out. Scaps together. Out. In. Exhale. Roll up. Roll up. And let's cool down together. Let's just take a really wide position. Look to the right. Just feel the counterbalance. Lift the opposite arm high. Stretch the side. Don't rotate yet. And release the arm. Look out. Go up. If you can stretch your legs, do. I just don't have much space. Other side. Up and forward. Roll up. Other side. Exhale. And lengthen up. Breathe other side. And you go to one more. Really relax. Just keep strong in the center, that's all. Move, this is your time. Just to move and stretch. One more. And stay there. We're just going to reach let's go to the right. Stroke the body as you reach and put it back down the body. Reach. Let's reach the opposite arm as well and put it back in the body. And reach. We're going to just open the doors and close. And open. One more. You can let the pelvis go back as well. Arch the spine. And we're just going to stretch the body out. Like there's wind underneath those wings. Like Bette Midler said. One more wind beneath our wings. And center. And reach the arms up. Reach the shoulders all the way up. Try to touch the ceiling. I physically can because this is such a low ceiling. Lots of weight into the shoulders. One more time. We're going to look side to side. Repeat, starting on the side. Inhale to lift. Inhale. Go to the right. Go to the left. Lots of weight in the shoulders and feel the new body and relax. Oh my God, amazing. I'm super hot now. I'm gonna go have a bath or something. Do relax, do breathe. Breathe, open the windows, get some fresh air. Really important. Many thanks for joining me here this week. We're gonna be back next week and we're gonna do something. A few exercises will be a little bit harder. Remember those progressions. Think about the swan. Think about your roll-ups. And we'll see where we are next week. But thanks so much for joining me today. This was Movement con Pilates. And I'll see you next time.